Teen Titans Go is a cartoon comedy version of the popular DC Universe series, Teen Titans. But do you know the show's darkest secrets? Wait until you hear about the episode that got banned because it was so inappropriate. Don't forget to subscribe to The Things and give this video a big thumbs up. Now let's check out 10 dark secrets about Teen Titans Go that Cartoon Network doesn't want you to know. Rule breakers. Let's start with the secret that gets most hardcore fans really heated, and as we move on, you'll see why some people really can't stand this show. The original DC Comics animated series seemed to have production limitations when it came to crossing each other's worlds since they all aired at the same time. You never really saw a Batman character in Justice League Unlimited, and you never saw Teen Titans and Justice League characters together. Everything seemed to be produced in orderly fashion, and because it would just be weird to see the same characters in another show at the same time. But ever since Teen Titans went off air, series have crossed over worlds, and one of those series includes Teen Titans Go. Such rule breakers, aren't they? The shared universe definitely has a unique potential in Teen Titans Go, but it seems that it wasn't so well received. Many fans seem to state that by breaking this rule, the Teen Titans Go world failed to be clearly defined. This opened a lot of plot holes and created some pretty inconsistent character traits that weren't really appealing to hardcore fans. But yet, it seems that the show keeps on expanding its universe and therefore breaking the original DC rule. Jason Todd. Okay, this one is just a little bit morbid, but it also connects with the fact that this show has no boundaries when it comes to going from one universe to another. You probably never noticed this dark secret, but if you pay attention to Robin's room, you might have spotted an Easter egg that's way too much for a cartoon that's supposed to be aimed at kids. Do you remember Jason Todd, the second Robin from the main DC Comics? Unfortunately, he didn't really survive, but what's even more morbid is the fact that you can find him in Robin's room. Well, at least his ashes. They're on the shelf. If Cartoon Network really wanted you to pay more attention to this, they would have showed it for more than just a millisecond. But a millisecond was enough to make some fans pretty upset. This Easter egg doesn't even make sense considering Robin on the show is Dick Grayson. It seems strange that Dick could have returned to the Titans while still a teen, because Jason Todd passed. We told you, the inconsistencies and the way this show mixes universes isn't exactly ideal. But hey, Cartoon Network doesn't want you to pay attention to detail. Bad reviews. We bet there are a couple of hardcore original Teen Titans fans that have eye-rolled at this show way more than you should have. But for those that might not know, here's a fact. This show has absolutely terrible reviews, and it's mainly from people who expected it to be some kind of continuation of the popular DC comic world. Boy, were they wrong. The show's been criticized for a lot of things, some of which we'll address in the next couple of minutes. Parents seem to have problems with the fact that the show really isn't funny, and one parent wrote that it's disrespectful to the original source material, aka Teen Titans. Another person also pointed out that this show is just for casual fans, and it's definitely not made for those that are way too into the DC comic world. It's also been criticized for not being nearly enough positive or having enough life lessons like some other shows on Cartoon Network. But despite the criticism, Teen Titans Go! Season 5 was announced in March 2018. The show's still going strong, so it almost feels like Cartoon Network's completely ignoring the feedback it gets from the DC fandom. But more about that later. Inappropriate moments. This show features quite a few inappropriate moments, and a lot of them boil down to typical Cartoon Network humor we have seen many times before. It seems like this show is really trying hard to sneak in some adult jokes for the parents, but because of the universe setting, it doesn't really translate well. So for example, in an episode called Lazy Sunday, we see Beast Boy and Cyborg being super lazy on the couch, but when some weird cloud of smoke forms out of the couch, it's a nod to something kids should know about. And yes, they also get the munchies. When you connect the laziness, smoke, and the need for food, it's very clear what this show is implying. But isn't that a bit inappropriate and totally not normal for this world, considering something like this was never really a thing in the original world? Of course, you can also find plenty of moments that are inappropriate because they just don't fit in, and because they're just a little bit too focused on adults. Cartoon Network seems to really struggle whether it wants to keep this show in a kid's world or randomly bring in some moments from the original Teen Titans, which is more aimed at adults. Inappropriate jokes. Original Teen Titans were no strangers to adult jokes, but a kids show has made those jokes even more inappropriate. For example, in one of Beast Boy's songs that was about Raven, he sings how Raven doesn't know what to do when she has to go to the bathroom. No, we're not kidding. It's an actual lyric. So the inappropriate jokes just got even more childish. This show includes butt jokes and a lot of strange humor you wouldn't expect from DC comic characters. And yet, here we are. A lot of these jokes were very poorly received, but Cartoon Network continues to ignore the feedback. And of course, Cartoon Network embraces the adult humor in just about every show they do. But we just can't get over these ones. Beast Boy drooling over Starfire in a spandex was just a little bit over the top. And then there's this strange scene that we don't really want to explain. Seriously, this show has way too many dirty jokes and inappropriate moments, and it kind of takes away from what Teen Titans really was about, don't you think? Cartoon Network definitely wouldn't agree with this statement, though. People really hate this show. Seriously, people really dislike this show. There are plenty of reasons behind it, but we'll try to summarize them in the next couple of seconds. One of the main reasons why people find this show so unappealing is the fact that it came around the time when a lot of DC Universe shows got canceled, including Young Justice. Many expected to be excited at first about the fact that Teen Titans Go would serve as a replacement, only to be left totally disappointed. Fans also seem to dislike how this cartoon stereotypes the characters that originally had quite more layers, backstories, and flaws. Most of those things get lost in Teen Titans Go, as the show focuses far more on jokes and keeping the kids' attention. Continuity has always been a constant discussion in Teen Titans Go. Fans seem to have expected the show to be a direct continuity of Teen Titans, but it just didn't turn out to be the case at all. In fact, most of the episodes don't even relate to one another, so it all really boils down to disappointment at the fact that this version of Teen Titans was kept while other original DC Universe series got canceled. There's going to be a movie. Yep, you heard that right. There's going to be a Teen Titans Go movie. Okay, this is only a dark secret if you don't really pay attention to this show that much because you're one of those people that really hate it. Although Teen Titans Go is a Cartoon Network show, it's being made by the Warner Brothers studio. As of May 2018, there hasn't really been that much buzz around the movie just yet, even though it seems that the entire cast is chosen. It features some of the most popular and relevant modern actors, musicians, and TV personalities. It includes Kristen Bell, Halsey, James Corden, Nicolas Cage, Lil Yachty, Jimmy Kimmel, and even Tara Strong, who always has been the voice of Raven. According to some descriptions, the movie has an amusing take on superheroes, but we can imagine that if you don't like Teen Titans Go now, you probably won't enjoy this at all. But we bet some of you are excited. As of right now, the movie's still a pretty big and quite shocking secret that will definitely rock the world of some hardcore DC fans. So we'll have to wait and see how this works out. Justice League problem. We've already mentioned that a lot of people dislike Teen Titans Go because it came out when Cartoon Network very subtly canceled Justice League. Cartoon Network did try to bring it back as Justice League Action in 2017, and the show had awesome reviews, but fans were pretty shocked when they didn't notice the show in the 2017 Cartoon Network lineup, and as of May 2018, Season 2 of Justice League Action still hasn't been confirmed, despite the popular demand. Who knows what's going through Cartoon Network's head, but we feel like they're definitely keeping something away from us by ignoring Justice League despite its popularity. On top of that, 2017 was also the year of the Justice League movie rumor, but it looks like the status of the movie also got scrapped. Seriously, what is happening? Many fans are left confused as to why Cartoon Network seems to be totally biased to a single show while ignoring everything else. And if you don't think that's true, wait until you hear about a secret many fans are actually furious about, and no one seems to know the reason why it's happening. Confusing marathons. If you watch a lot of Cartoon Network, you probably noticed one of the most ridiculous things ever. It always seems to air Teen Titans Go. It actually got to the point where a lot of fans started to complain and set up online petitions in order to fix that. Seriously, we're not kidding. The topic of why does Cartoon Network air so much Teen Titans Go has been a constant debate with fans with plenty of speculations. It turns out that this has been happening for the past few years. One of the fan theories is that Teen Titans Go is Cartoon Network's few profitable shows because it's cheap cheaper to produce, and they're trying to make the most of it. Seriously, someone crunched some numbers and realized that Cartoon Network aired 84 episodes of Teen Titans Go in a single week, while other shows got as little as 5. At some point, the show even aired 15 times a day. It seems that Cartoon Network's pulling out some impressive marketing tricks in order to make sure Teen Titans Go is on everybody's minds. But it seems that their trick is actually doing the opposite. It even went as far as airing specific episodes multiple times a day. Banned episode. Despite the fact that the viewers don't really have a good relationship with the show, one of the most darkest secrets of all times is actually associated with sad world events. Sometimes an episode of various cartoon shows gets banned because it's just inappropriate for the events that are happening in the world at the moment. If anything, this shows that not all jokes are funny at all times. That's exactly what happened with Teen Titans Go around the time of the 2015 attacks in Paris. Teen Titans Go wanted to air an episode that focused on the theme of passing away of old age. In the true character stereotype, Raven morbidly confronts the so-called executor in order to save her friends. While the plot itself didn't really feature inappropriate jokes like it usually does, Cartoon Network decided to pull the episode in order to not insult the victims by suggesting standing up to something like this could save lives. It was a good move on Cartoon Network's part to actually pull the episode. However, it's definitely a reminder that the show should think twice before trying to tackle just about any subject there is. What do you think of Teen Titans Go? Love it? Hate it? Let us know in the comments. That's it for our video. Thanks for watching.